Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be talking Star Trek as we look at one of the longest working ships in Federation history. It was started to be seen in the Wrath of Khan and went all the way through Deep Space Nine, all the way into Voyager. It was in service for a long time through a lot of hard times. See you guys inside. Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Again, we're talking about one of the Federation workhorse starships. There were multiple variations. Lots of them got blown up. And it's just one of those things. These ships, along with another class, became the backbone of all of Starfleet through the Wrath of Khan, basically, all the way into Deep Space Nine, Voyager, into that era. So this ship served a long time in Federation history. If you haven't guessed which ship I'm talking about, we're talking about the Miranda class starship. So this is one solid print. I did this on the CR10 Max, pointed up just like that and printed straight up. It's a fantastic model. I want to show it to you guys, and I want to make sure that you're able to print it on scale and size that you want to. I went big scale. We can also take it into Mesh Mixer, break it into pieces, get it same scale on a smaller printer. I'd have to do that in a different video, but this model came out really well, really nicely detailed. The light's going to wash out some of it. You'll see detail later on, but everything is there. All the bits and pieces all came out really nice. So we're going to take that through Kira. We're going to get it back on the printer. We're going to watch the time lapse of it being print. And then we're going to see the final product up close and personal. And maybe by the time I'm ready, we'll have a little bit of paint on this one. So again, if you're new to the channel or you're interested in stuff like this, 3D printing, anything like that, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Also, share the video with your friends. If you know anybody doing 3D printing and want to learn or find cool models like this, definitely share the video out. It helps the channel. That like button also helps us out quite a bit. So any hits on the like button, I appreciate it. So let's head over to the computer. Let's get this workhorse of the Federation sliced, printed, and let's take a look at the end. See you guys at the computer. Alright guys, so here is the Miranda class starship model that we used. This is off Thingiverse from ND4 SPD 1919. Really good model. I really enjoyed this one. It was actually clean cut lines, really easy to work with, and just really kind of fun. And I love when creators put the .obj file in there, because that gives me the ability to go and edit and then create a new STL as well, whether I'm putting in a Fusion 360 or Tinkercad. So by doing that, they gave us the option to cut off the weapons pod and make a Soyuz class or make the Saratoga from the Battle of Wolf 359. It gives us the option to make different versions of the Miranda class, because there were so many variants of this ship, from being a cargo hauler to being a light cruiser on the front line of the Dominion War. I mean, this ship saw some of the most service next paired to the Excelsior class starship in the Federation history and in Star Trek. This little ship was the workhorse. Easy to build, simple variant, and highly adaptable, which is what you want in a ship. You don't want to just build a ship that can only do one thing. So this model worked really well. Let's hop over to Kira. As you can see, I got it loaded in here, and we're looking at the CR10 Max's build plate right now. This is how the printer I use to do it. Now here's my recommendation. We're going to rotate the model. This is how I did it. Does it mean I'm right? No. Does it mean you have to do it this way? No. But for me, it worked. And it worked multiple times. And that's all I really care about. So we've got it on there, and as you guys can see, I've still got the lines of death because it's too big for my build plate. So for the CR10 Max, 65% is a good size to get it in there and get it going. And you can see there's manifold errors. I did happen to have a gap in one of the rings, but it wasn't a big deal. Little bit of Leo resin, take my finger across it, filled it in very nicely. So we've got it on the build plate, and it's looking gorgeous as always. Now, one of the things I do is this custom support. I have this button down here. It's a plugin. You go over to Marketplace to get this custom supports. And it's literally just called Custom Support by Lockster. If you install that, that button will appear and you'll have the ability to do the custom supports like you see me do. And for this model, I didn't do a ton. I didn't do a ton of custom supports. I did a few, and actually I may have killed my program here. I put them around the base of the saucer to give it strength and get it connected to the build plate, which we're about to do now that it's now back available. What have I done? Okay. So basically along, I hate the camera in here sometimes. So let's turn it sideways. And we're, oh good lord, what is going on here? Oh no, I don't want to know what's going on. Okay, so I went around this front seam and just gave it more ability to touch the build plate. Just to keep it stronger, let it build up better. And just, the more bed adhesion I could keep, the happier I was. And we're going to be poopy about this. And then here on the phaser pylons, so they would build up nicely, and the torpedo pod, I put in some supports. And I did some supports along this rail, just so it would have strength while it built up. And then, I don't know why I'm having so much trouble with this today, but I am. Come on, view, camera position, front. Thank you. The warp nacelles. I did the supports on here too, just so one, I would get the warp nacelles, because yeah, I've had plenty of times where the warp nacelle is my problem. I did put, let it catch up, I did put some support here so those squares would build up nicely. And then I also did the same for the bridge module. I wanted this to build up very nicely. So now that'll build up. We won't have to worry about supports. We'll get the phaser pods. We'll get the torpedo pod. Everything else builds fairly nicely, although I would recommend a little bit of additional support there and there. This support is worthless. Let it catch up here so I can grab it. Delete it. Oh, well, yeah. Whoops. Undo. Oh, thank goodness for an undo button, right? Alright, so that support right there, we'll get rid of that. That support I'll leave alone. That's all supported. And then the auto-generate supports we won't use as much. But I do recommend printing this way. One, least points of contact. That way you get smoother surfaces, you don't have a lot of sanding to do. And also, I found printing Star Trek ships, at least Federation starships, printing them this way just works better. Printing them straight up. I've had a lot of success. You guys will see in the next couple weeks, I'm going to do the Constitution class refit. I do the same thing, and it comes out beautifully. Because, you know, we did the Reliant. Let's talk about Wrath of Khan. These two fight each other. But it comes out great. Now, of course, there's the manifolding issues. I didn't have any problems. Some people do, some people don't. For this slice, I'm currently using Cura 4.10. I've had some problems with 4.11. It's the same settings, but my printers behave weird. So, all in all, this is what we do. We slice it, we're going to send it over to the printer, and we're going to get this guy printed, and I will see you guys on the other side. All right, guys, that's it. So I don't have any paint on the one in my hand at this time, but you may see one further before this with a little bit of paint. I don't know if I got it done or not. But all in all, this is a great model, great size. Matter of fact, I was thinking about this. This is about the same size as the Revell kits that used to come out for this ship. It came out really nice. I'm really happy with the model. Matter of fact, I printed two. So this is the first of the two Wrath of Khan starships we're looking at. If you didn't notice, the other one in a similar size is over there as well. We're going to talk about that in a week or two, is the Constitution class refit Enterprise. So hope you guys enjoyed. Live long and prosper. We'll see you guys in the next video.